Okay, been a while since I wear like this. Guys, we have a very exciting thing to shout out. We've been working on this so hard, but we couldn't reveal anything. Finally we can, alright? So, our design challenge is up again. And 2 years ago, we did our first round, Volvo Horizon Design Challenge. And this round is crazy because the first round, the winners get to travel to Sweden to visit Volvo's design center. Okay, so that was the first year when we did it. And now, this round, interior designers, if you guys are out there who does interior design, you have to listen to this, alright? This is a challenge that you can join by showing off your proudest design and build portfolio. And then of course the judges will select the finalists, okay? And we will select 12 finalists. The 12 finalists will be given the floor plan of a very new, innovative vertical township project. Okay, this is launched by EcoWorld called Duduk across two of their townships, Eco Sanctuary and Eco Ardens. Alright, this unique concept called Duduk is something that I think is very good, because all this while everybody thinks that staying in a luxury premium township is very expensive. Everybody thought of that, but actually this round what they do is that you'll be able to maintain your current lifestyle. Let's say you want an XC40, right? But then when you think of the lifestyle that you wanted, these kind of houses most of the time 800,000, 1 million, right? But you have a small family. So this round, this innovative vertical township called Duduk will allow you to stay in these kind of wonderful township, and yet you can still afford your dream car or your dream holiday, all this. And back to the design. Your design, if you won the contest, okay, you will be given a contract to build. Yes, a contract that you can actually earn money from. Ouch! That's very fun. That's not very elegant. Okay. Yeah. So people will actually get to buy. It's not just one unit, mind you. It is an entire floor. Yeah. That you will be given the contract to build, to earn money, to be one of EcoWorld's panel interior design and build companies, maybe. So don't give up this kind of chances. Okay, I know the times now is not an easy time now, but we decided as Malaysians, we push forth, right? We never back off, and I'm so glad this project is coming to fruition, and I hope to see all of you great interior designers, interior design firms participate in this, and to see your creativity, right? And this is an unprecedented project because you are designing using the philosophy, the design philosophy of Volvo car interiors. How great is that? This is something that is unprecedented, and it actually gets built. Alright, so those of you who watch this video, share it to your friends, steal this video, put it on WhatsApp, share it to everybody. Okay, we want to see people participate, and I can't wait. This is a great thing to happen, and we're glad that it's the first in the world to do something like that, and it's in Malaysia. It's done by us. Alright, and hope to see your entries. Okay guys, let's make 2020, the rest of 2020, a great year. Alright? guys. Now, for those of you who don't know much about Ferrari's lineup, traditionally they always have a big front engine GT and then one that what they call the Berlinetta series, which is the mid-rear engine. Alright, so just now that car, the engine is up front, this one of course at the back. Now those of you who are car enthusiasts, don't go like, hey Bobby, you think we don't know? Right. Anyway, okay, so at the turn of the century, they introduced the 430, and of course before that is the 360, and of course Ferrari has a illustrious history of these Berlinettas, you know. So after the 430, they have the 458, and the 458, I would say that is the car that establishes the architecture of their modern Berlinetta series, right? I mean, without us knowing it, the 458 is already 10 years old, and if you include in when it debuted in Motor Show, it's like 11-12 years already. 458, yeah, staggering, right? And after, of course, after the 458, then Ferrari went into the 3.9 V8 twin turbo 488, and then the replacement for the 488 is this one, the F8 Tributo, but this one is called the F8 Spyder because it also has this and this, and you guessed right, this is another drop the top. And let's have a good look at this car. So this is what I would say Ferrari's track car series, you know, is meant for the track. Even though it's comfortable, it's super comfortable for daily use, but this is a track monster. In fact, this car, 3.9 twin turbo, alright, with 720 horsepower, has 770 Newton meters of torque, and it is actually slightly faster than the 812 GTS. Okay, it's even slightly wider, right? This is actually wider than the 812. Can you imagine that? But we're talking millimeters here, okay? And you will notice that the front end of the car, oh, look at that deep scoop. Damn, we'll come to that later. Look at the front end of the car. It's actually not very long because it's a cab forward design, because the engine sits here. So the engine sits right here before the rear axle. So what this does is that it gives the car very agile handling. Right? The front end is extremely lightweight because there's nothing up front. Okay, there's nothing up front over here. Alright, so let's start looking at things. See that? This is the front end of the F8 Spyder. Okay, and then the modern Ferraris, right? It's like a sculpture of, it's like a mill sculpture to study wind aerodynamics, you know. It's just crazy. Look, you were looking at the headlamp and then whoo, there's a scoop, right? You're looking at all this, whoo, scoop, you know, all this air flows in, channels air through the car, lets the car cut through wind, and this has always been proven to be a very functional aerodynamic design that channels air in, pushes it up and presses the front down. This is a very effective design, but of course in a way it will take away some luggage space up front. Okay, but this car is just so muscular in a way. It's no longer the kind of clean design. Look at this part. You look at how this part, how they shape the end of the front bumper to create almost like a wing, right? Traditionally they would have just designed it that way, but given that this is Ferrari, they know their stuff. Okay, pressing this down guides the wind in up there. This one goes in. It's just staggering. The amount of work they spend in the wind tunnel is just crazy. Scuderia Ferrari. Ferrari started off as a racing team, right? So they started off as a racing team, and in order to win races, they need to have enough money to do R&D. So the reason they start selling car is because they want to win races. And Ferrari, why is it so legendary? You know, part of the history of Ferrari is in order to win a race, just to win a race, they rather sell half of their company off to have the money to win the race. This is Ferrari we're talking about. The manliest of men, you know. And you don't joke with Italians on that. Italians are the manliest, you know, when you're talking about the, what do you call that? The people who are not afraid of death. Yeah, that's Italians. All right, they are mad. Italian courage. Okay, so given that this engine sits at the back, the intakes are here. All right, so the air is being channeled through this. This looks like what? This looks like a giant Naka duck. Okay, Naka duck is a type of design whereby on a flat surface, when you press it in with an intake there, it will squeeze air in a way, it guides air in. All right, so this almost looks like a giant Naka duck. Okay, and I'm sure the door handles are there to act like a fin to guide air in as well. This is Ferrari we're talking about. Okay, and again, the tradition is there, the keyhole and the little signal. Okay, that's just a Ferrari thing. Now coming to the back here, interestingly, because this is a Spyder, all these panels need to open up to fold the roof in. Can you imagine how complicated the mechanism will be to actually have an engine here, running gears all over here, and then to have another folding mechanism that folds the roof in? Crazy. It's just staggering. Alright, so when we look at this part, all these are of course the diffusers, the pipes are moved in the middle, and then this wing here is very interesting. It's almost like a ducktail, but then air actually travels underneath here and comes out here, and of course the horse here is a little bit smaller. Okay, you have the traditional dual rounded tail lamps of Ferraris, and overall it's a Ferrari. Nothing is like a Ferrari. Okay, now coming inside, this one is nicely spec'd in a lighter brown leather, which I like. You know, I like cars with lighter leather colors. And oh, look at the beautiful floor mats. Wonderful. Oh, slim seats. I like slim and manual, and then they sort of let you see the mechanism. I appreciate that. So it's a carbon fiber bucket seat and a very, very tiny steering wheel. Let's have a look. Let's come in here. Now you sit rather low and very F1-like driving position, right? Instead of the kind of driving position where you get to relax like a GT car, this one you sit low, very low, and your legs are rather straight. Okay, and visibility is fantastic because the front end is so short, and then you have the wheel arches hunched up, then you get to see everything in its glory. Now, shall we do the thing that we do? Because I also happen to found the keys in here, and oh, that's like a sculpture standing there, right? Again, they removed the LCD here, which is really nice, and the seats are just wonderful. I'm not sure about the polka dots there, but it's very nice. Alright, everywhere is clapped in leather. Okay, and let's start it up. Or should I leave you guys behind? Look at the steering wheel, it's tiny. Alright, oh, turn on the ignition, and then This one is a turbocharged car. So it's a 3.9 liter V8 turbocharged car, turbocharged, with 770 Newton meters of torque and 720 Newton meters of torque. Oh, sorry, 720 horsepower and 770 Newton meters of torque. Now, let's do what we do, shall we? Okay, I'll open the doors. Look at the door handles. So there's a very deep tone because they've not been starting the car, and actually we're kind of not allowed to start the car, but because I found the keys. Oh, look at the bridge, lovely. This is for you to raise the front of the car when you want to cross over a speed bump. Okay, and look at the screen, it's turned on here. Alright, the car is quiet down, and let's do this because I found this curious button over here. Yes. Look at the mechanism. Wonderful. Lovely, lovely. And you have sunshine coming into the car. Now, of course, this is a 3.9 liter V8 twin turbo, so don't expect the kind of music that we hear from a V12, but anything goes. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So it's a turbocharged V8, 3.9 liters. So of course you have your wet mode, you know, race mode, sport mode. So the amazing thing with Ferrari steering wheels is that, no, in Ferraris in general, is that they don't just look at what everybody else is doing. They were wondering, how can we improve the driving experience when someone is driving hard on our cars? Do they want to flick, you know, the indicators or the wipers and all that? So they do this, you know, that's the indicator, right? This one, that's how you indicate. You know, you can even pull the back. You can even pull here to indicate, right? And then the wipers, you just turn this dial. Yeah. Alright, and then your headlamps. Interesting, right? See, you pull this. That's how you operate a Ferrari headlamp. Look at that. Right? It's just amazing the things that they innovate here. And the funny thing is this, most cars you see this button, it means harden your suspension and, you know, you want to go faster and all that. But in a Ferrari, you are actually softening it. They go the other way around. Alright, that's one of the things that the Italians do, is like, no, 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 no. Our normale is your sport. You know, that's how an Italian does. And then when you receive phone calls, it's here. Yeah, and then you stop the engine with this. Alright? Wonderful. It's just so unique. Ferrari's interior. Okay, so beautiful, isn't it? Hi, Jeffrey. Alright, see you, mate. Take care. See you next time. Yep. So that's how it looks like with the roof down. So again, these are 20 inches carbon ceramics. Alright, again, 390-ish millimeters up front, 360-ish millimeters at the back. No matter what it is, it will be better than your brakes. So, which one do you like more? 812 GTS or the F8 Spyder, wild at heart? Alright? Wonderful. For me, I prefer to pay more road tax. So how much is this car? Okay, it's not even 1.2. Yeah, of course before tax and before options. Of course, you know, these kind of cars with customers like you guys means the limit is the sky, because when you buy a Ferrari, you can actually come into a room that looks like that and spend. Right? Choose your leather. See, these are the things that you don't get when you buy some used cars from UK or whatever. You know, this experience. If I'm buying one, I will go through this process, because this, to me, this experience to me is what makes it worthwhile. You know, it's what you wanted. You choose the design, you choose the mixture of leather, the ones that you wanted. Oh my God, isn't this beautiful? Yeah, that's my kind of liking. Oh, beautiful. And even carbon fibers, right? You get to choose how it's finished. Look at that. Wonderful. Because they have the simulator to go through it. And then over here you have the choices of Alcantara, the leather that you want. Oh, look at how smooth they feel. Even the carpets. Okay, and then, oh, the different finishing of ceramic bricks. Look at that. Isn't it wonderful? Damn. Made in Italy. Rambo. And then steering wheel. You can even choose. Oh, this is unique, man. This is special. I've never seen a carbon fiber. Oh, this is the kind of option I would spec, man. Blue and a white carbon fiber. I've really never seen this. Damn, this is wonderful. You know, the more you see all these things, right, without you knowing it, someday you become richer. Yeah. Because you're looking at different kinds of stuffs. You're dreaming of different stuffs. How wonderful this is. Isn't it? Oh, even the black one looks good. Lovely. This is just... Oh, I really like this. Most car makers, the color plates, right, will just be flat. But Ferraris, they know how their cars curve and bend, how light bends around the surfaces, right? So they want you to be able to visualize. That's a very, very nice touch. And then you can select your wheels. Of course, it's not limited to just these over here, right? Because this is Ferrari we're talking about. I've never seen a Ferrari in this rim. Black, nice red cap, silver, white cap. The person who spec'd this, good taste. Alright, even your seat belts, look at that. The array of colors you can choose for your seat belts. Now that's something, isn't it? Okay guys, so yep, these are the newcomers. 812 GTS, 1.568, below 1.6 million, that's the starting price, and that one is below 1.2, that's the starting price as well. Alright, you can view these cars from 31st of May onwards. Alright, and today I'm working. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen. Darling.